Kilogram, you already know Trenton, New Jersey, man. Chain of Command Entertainment, you already know how we mobbing, man. Philly Fame TV on the Jersey side of things right now, man. This is my story, messing with my nigga Show. What's good, baby?
Yeah, man. So yeah, we live from Trenton, New Jersey right now.
Facts.
So, you know, it's a couple dudes from Trenton and New Jersey that's making noise that people familiar with. So let's do the history on Trenton and, you know, your roots and all that from coming up doing your thing, you know, before your era, you know, before my era, you know, poor righteous teachers.
That's right.
You know, I spoke a little bit about this with Big Ooh, you know, they from Trenton, wise, intelligent. So speak on, like, did they have any influence on you or coming from Trenton? Give them that.
To date, Poor Righteous Teachers is still the only group from Trenton that had major success and a record deal, like on a level where they traveled the world and did this for a living. You know what I mean? So I mean, of course they had an influence. You know what I mean? Being a kid growing up in the projects, and to be able to touch and reach out and touch these type of guys that's in the neighborhood and seeing them on BET and MTV and TV raps in the basement and all that type of stuff. It was no better feeling than that, man. Of course, I'm inspired. I'm kind of like an offspring of what they did. You know what I mean? Like, they showed me that you can come from a small city and make big things happen. You know what I mean? So salute the PRT, Wise, you know, Cultural Freedom. Rest in peace, Father Shaheed, man. That's how we doing it.
Well, it's a generation of people watching that may not even be familiar with that group. So give them just a little brief rundown about who they.
Okay, so if you was familiar with any hip hop from the 90s, late 80s, early 90s, you talking about Rock This Funky Joint.
Time to get funky and radical hip as I get to the point. Rock this funky joint.
You know, they had the joint called Shit Kill Us. They had a joint called Nobody Move, Nobody Get Hurt. Like classic joints. Even Puff Daddy said his favorite rapper back in those times was Wise Intelligence from Poor Righteous Teachers, and that's Puff, a millionaire. You know what I mean? He said that, you know, at that time, you know, what they represented in hip hop, man, was on a higher level, man. Nobody was messing with this guy as far as what his pen can do back then. You know, he's still nice to this day too. You feel me? Wise still nice. He's still putting out records, man. So, you know, definitely, you know when I started to do my thing, I used to run into Wise, you know, in the neighborhood, and he would tell me, he'd be like, I'm hearing good things about you. And that was alone, I thought I made it. You know what I mean? Wise Intelligence stamped me basically saying I'm hearing good things about you. So when I did a record called Jersey, and Wise Intelligence, they started, they had that song Rock This Funky Joint. They did it on the Trenton Makes Bridge. So when I got a chance to do my record, Jersey, I made sure 20 years later, I went and got him and bought him and put him on that bridge again. You feel me? Because I'm from a different era than he was. You know what I mean? Like I didn't, you know, he's much older than me, but at the same time, I wanted to relive that moment with him. You know what I mean? To get that stamp. You know what I mean?
Sure.
So.
Alright, so yeah, I first came across Kilogram, first heard of you, know what I mean? Like we was talking about through the corporation situation with journalists. You know, Jerry, my folks, know, and he started doing his thing, you know, he got the deal, he was rocking with cannabis and all of that. That Face started, you know, getting into it a little bit, so then he pulled Face in bed, so they folks or whatever. And then so Face started bringing the joints home, and I'm hearing the boy like, yeah, it's boy Kilogram from Jersey. Know what I mean? So I'm like, alright, cool. So now give him the rundown on how you end up in that situation with all the Philly dudes.
Alright, well, I ended up with journalists through a mutual friend, this guy named Flashy Freddie. He had a record deal. He was signed to Wanye from Boys II Men. Wanye had a small imprint called One More Entertainment, and he signed his first rap artist, which was Flashy Freddie from Jersey. Flashy Freddie then, you know, make a long story short, he was doing like a host of talent shows throughout the Philly, Jersey, Delaware area. And every state or whatever he went to, he was grabbing a hot nigga. So if he did one in Philly, journalists won that show. And then he came to Jersey, he did one, I won that show. So he just took me and Jern and put us together as like a group. You know what I mean? Me, him, and Jern was called the Kleptos. So, you know, we used to be in the studio with him and, you know, writing rhymes. We used to be his hype man too. That was us being young, learning the game. So me and Jern formed a bond, just being like, you know, Flashy Freddy's like hype men, and him just showing us the ropes of the business, being so young. So through the years we developed a serious brotherhood where he used to come out to Trenton, and I used to take him through the who's in Trenton. When I come to Philly, Jern introduced me to niggas around his end and DJs, and then boom, Jern got his deal with Jay Irvin. Jay Irvin signed him under a management group, and then they grinded out for a year. He got the deal with Motown, and then once he got the deal with Motown, being that I was already his peoples, he like, yo, come roll with me, you know what I mean, see what I'm doing. And eventually the corporation started. It started with like your brother, myself. We had another dude named T-Lo. He was a white kid, but he had a mean little flow with him too. We had a couple other brothers around us at that time, but Jern was just trying to build up a team because he was already in the industry. So everybody back then that got signed, they had a little crew. So we was just Jern crew like that. You feel me? That's how that popped off. You know what I mean?
All right. And then you was heavy in Philly mix, being from Jersey. You was connected with a lot of different dudes from Philly.
Right.
You worked with a whole lot of people from Philly. So let's start at the beginning of your little Philly wave or whatever with the boy DJ Crakk, who was a well-known DJ on Power 99 at one point in time. Back in at that time. So give him a rundown on your relationship with him and how working with him.
Started.
Yeah,
go ahead. My man Sean that I went to school with. I went to Delaware State University in Dover, Delaware. Sean was from Philly, and he had a connection with Rugged Ness. I think Rug was like his stepbrother or something like that. So anyway, Corey had hit Sean like, I'm coming down to your school, boom, boom, boom. We doing this little college radio tour. He had 2 artists called the Feds. So being that I was like the hottest nigga on the whole campus at Delaware State, Sean hit me up like, yo, my bro in town is DJ Crakk, he on Power 99. He looking for people to sign. So I'm hungry at that time, like a fresh 18, 19. So I'm like, yo, where he at? So Corey goes on a college radio station down in Delaware, and he like, yo, I want the hottest niggas to come down to this radio station right now. If you hot, I'm gonna give you a deal. I'm gonna get you wavy, basically. So I came down there, spit a couple bars for him, and then Corey was like, yo, I like what I hear, man. Like, when you get back home on the weekends, hit me up, come by, let's do some business. I want you part of the team. And it was history after that. I started doing freestyles with Corey. He playing them on Power 99. I think he got like a little brief stint at 100.3 the beat at the time too. So, everything that we was doing was getting on the radio, getting on mixtapes. He used to take us, we hung out at Platinum Bound. That's where I met like all of the major figures from Gillie Da Kid to Bianca, Bump J, Reese Rolex, all of them. Like they used to hang out there. That was the Platinum Bound was like the headquarters there.
That was before it was Batcave. It was Platinum Bound.
Before Batcave, it was Platinum Bound. You had to be nice to be hanging around that spot. Like niggas just wasn't up there, bullshit. Niggas was in there cutting heat. You feel me? So it was a good time. Crakk, the label that I had with Crakk, like me being a part of his team, like. Everything was good, but I think he got into some legal troubles, which made the label kind of disperse, and then everybody just started doing their own thing. At that point, that's when I kind of started to do my own thing. I had a label called Tipping the Scale. I started that myself because I had went through a couple different deals. Prior to Corey, I was signed to a company in Atlanta called Red Zone, and they had like JT Money, Soleil was on the label, B2K. You know what I mean? So they had a lot of South groups, and they, I auditioned over the phone for A&R at the time down in Atlanta. He liked what I spit over the phone. Told my man like, yo, book him a flight. He gonna come down here with us. So when that situation in the A didn't go right, that's when I met Corey. You know what I'm saying? But it's all love. Corey gave me my first shot in Philly, and then I just kept moving after that.
Right. And you said like Peedi was one of the people that kind of stamped you in Philly.
That's right.
From a rapper standpoint. So speak on the relationship, how he ended up stamping you in Philly for you to work with other people.
Well, we had went to a music conference in Atlanta, and Peedi Crake happened to be staying in the same hotel as me and my guys. You know what I'm saying? So we was in the elevator. We had some girls with us wearing like Kilogram t-shirts. So of course Crakk a fly nigga. You know what I'm saying? So the babes was, they was trying to holler at him, and Crakk was reciprocating or whatever. But they wasn't like our girlfriends and that. They was just like our tag on street team, but they was bad. So you know, Crakk was interested in one of the chicks or whatever, however it played out. And we end up getting Aunt Farlow, which was his manager's number. We got his number. We like, yo, we want to work with Crakk. Like, you know, what it's going to take. So, you know, Aunt, you know, shot my man the number. And then when we got back to Jersey and they got back to Philly, we hit them niggas up and was like, yo, listen, you know, Crakk just signed to the Rock. He hot. You know, we got a record that we want him on. We think it'll be something perfect. So, you know, we came, you know, went to Philly, sat down with Crakk, of course, did the business. And we came up with the joint Be Easy, man. Once that joint dropped, you know, and it got done in the studio and everything, Crakk was like, yo, Graham, if you want the video, man, holla at me, man. Like, I think it's a hot record. I want to get down with you and shoot the video. So that was even better. At the time, Peedi was one of the hottest members of the Rockefeller. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, he had that new sound. He had that. He was very marketable to the ladies. So it was just a good time to attach my brand to the rock. You know what I mean?
Kilogram, yeah. Peedi Crake in the Mac go. Ring. With the rock in the scale building. Yo, let's go.
And we bought Peedi to Trenton. We shot the video. We shut the whole hood down. Like, the cops couldn't even come down the block on either side. Like, you know what I mean? It was so hectic out there that day. And, you know, we made a movie out of that record, man. You know, it went to BET. You know, back then it was Urban Expressions, Video Music Box. Like, you could get popping just off of that. And then Big Star from what Big Star from Norristown? Yeah. Big Star got a hold of it, put it on his DVD, and, you know, from there the streets just took it over. And then, you know, of course, like the Cosmic Kevs. Back then it was like Pooch Man and Michael Sean and all these guys. They was playing it on the radio off the strength. No bread, wasn't nothing. They just got a hold of the record and they was playing it. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, the streets used to think that we had like a subdivision. We was like a small subdivision of Rockefeller because at that time nobody really had records with Peedi Crake outside his camp. You know what I mean? And had a video with him. So that was like the first time they seen him collab with somebody, you know, and it was dope, like outside of his camp, you know what I mean? So that really stamped me, man. It gave me a real good looking tri-state area. You know what I mean?
All right, let's get into this Cosmic Kev situation, man.
All right.
Cause a lot of dudes from Jersey, you know, they be like the artist that I talked to was on the type time was enlightening me like, yo, we need the radio too, cause we don't have no radio stations here. I mean, we kind of relying on Power 99 as well as the people in Philly. So give them that perspective of how that situation is for y'all over here.
Well, one thing I can say about my career, when you think about it, me being from a small town like Trenton, New Jersey, like just think about that. You know, Philly, y'all got so many different boroughs. You know, north, south, southwest. You know what I mean? But you're talking about small Trenton that's 7 miles. That's it. The whole town is only 7 miles. So think about that. For me to be able to create some music and to make it into somebody like Cosmic Kev hands, or back then like Doc B or Pooch Man or whoever, and they play it, that's love. You know what I'm saying? The problem is that, you know, I think that in Philly, the artists, you know, you guys have the benefit of having your own radio station. Meaning, like, you could leave the studio if you got a good line to Kev, you go straight up there and come up, show, get your shit. You know, with us, it's a little bit more political. It's a little bit more political as far as I think a guy like Kev is watching what's going on in your city, who's talking about you, what moves are you making, is your name making it across the bridge? You feel me? And then when that happens, you could get love. But what's happening now is an artist like myself, like when I wasn't reaching out for radio stations to support me, I was getting BET and MTV airplay. So sometimes this is what happens locally. If sometimes people see that you can move without them, then what happens is sometimes you become a threat. You know what I mean? So just to speak on the Cosmic situation, me and Cosmic have always been 100 as far as I send him music through the email, he plays it. But what happened is there's DJs from my area that seen that type of relationship that I had with him and initially tried to go in and sabotage it. You know what I mean? And I wanted to use your platform to speak on it because I've been quiet for about 5 years on this topic. You know what I mean? Like there is niggas in this game that will try to blackball you because you don't go through them to get something done. You know what I mean? So like I said, prior to now, my relationship with Cosmic Kev has always been 100. I have personally never said, did anything to Kev, you know what I mean, to not get support. But just to clear the air, I know personally that there are DJs that's from New Jersey that go across the bridge and spread, you know, ill will or gossip to Kev to stop him from supporting me because they feel like they have to do something to stop what Kilogram is doing. And that's on my hand to God. That's the only issue that's going on, is that there's people in the middle that don't want to see my career go to the next level because I've been doing it on my own for so long. I'm one of the only guys that can get a video shot, send it in the BET with no money, and get New Joint of the Day on 106 and Park. I did it 4 or 5 times with no deal and no radio play at the time. So people couldn't figure out, like, damn, I'm trying to block this man. How does he get a New Joint of the Day look and he ain't signed? You know what I mean? It's because when I seen doors closing, I just maneuvered, and I'm a smart nigga. I went to college, so I know I'm going to out hustle and out grind anybody that's standing my way. I don't believe in a nigga can blackball me. Just because this door closed, to me, it's 100 more doors that I'm gonna get open. I just wanted to address, you know, the situation. You know what I mean? I'm always gonna continue to work, but I just wanted to let people know that the people that are doing that little bullshit that they doing in the middle, man, I be knowing, man, it ain't gonna stop nothing. That's why my mixtape is called Shoot the Middleman. Because once you get the middleman out the way, man, you can get straight to the source and do good business. That's what's fucking the game up. It's a lot of middlemen niggas running around in this industry. You know, throwing salt on the game, trying to block niggas and hate on niggas from doing what they gotta do, man. But, you know, I'm telling y'all niggas on Philly Fame TV, y'all niggas can't stop what the fuck I'm doing. You know what I mean? I'm gonna tell y'all niggas straight lace. Y'all can't stop nothing I'm doing. Y'all got the same 24 hours I got. Get off your ass and grind, nigga. That's how I'm feeling, man. You feel me, Shell? Regular shit, man.
So moral of that story is basically y'all got a tough road in Jersey. Yeah. Cause y'all don't have nothing directly here to get y'all stuff out.
We got to cross that bridge.
Right. So you saying there's a specific DJ who you don't want to put out there?
I ain't gonna drop no names of the DJs. I'm just gonna say that.
It's a particular DJ you said that's pretty much in the way stopping you from making that connection to Philly, which makes it harder.
He's stopping a lot of niggas off of throwing shade. You know what I mean? That's just my personal opinion.
So you saying that's making it harder for Jersey to get it?
Yeah, because people want to say, oh, Jersey ain't united and stuff like that. But when you when you deliberately are going circle to circle to circle, and you spreading ill will and gossip and negativity about people, it makes people on the outside say, I'm gonna keep my distance. You know what I'm saying? Instead of people getting to know you for who you are. You know what I mean? It's always gonna be one bad apple out the bunch, my nigga. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like as an OG, I have to speak on shit like this. A lot of people may say, nah, you know, just keep grinding, doing your thing. Nah, I'm willing to sacrifice myself and expose somebody before other niggas come up and suffer, because really niggas is talented. You know what I mean? But it's a lot of some people feel threatened about certain niggas getting on. Like it's real crabby. The mentality is crabby. Like, oh, if this nigga get on, well, he ain't gonna fuck with me like that. So I gotta do whatever I can to deter him from getting a situation or a certain DJ or a certain program director, anybody supporting them. If they got a line to that person and you don't have a line, you might as well say that relationship is fucked up. And that's a fact, man. It's going on every day. And I know Philly niggas that tell me the same shit is going on in Philly. It's the same shit is going on in Philly, where it's somebody in the middle that's, you know, playing both sides of the fence, man. They playing both sides of the fence, and guess what? Ain't nothing getting done. Niggas is fucking up money. Niggas can't feed their babies out here off of a nigga standing in the way, man. Straight up. You know what I mean? Like, I'm telling you, I have sidebar I know, I'm a nigga that know everybody. Any nigga from Philly that's hot, besides like the niggas that's 16 and 17, any nigga from Philly know who Kilogram is. I've been on the scene. I'm heavy in Philly. I got songs with Peedi, Journalist, motherfucking Gillie Da Kid. Who else? Like I said, the Fez, Ted DiBiase, and Ben Frank, Bump J. You know what I mean? The list go on and on about guys that I work with. Me and Cassidy, we close. You know what I mean? So it's like when it comes to Philly, man, Philly like my second home as far as hip hop. You know what I mean? But it's a lot of bullshit going on out here, so I just wanted to speak on it today. You know what I mean?
Alright. Alright, let's switch gears a little bit. I want you to speak on this Atlantic record situation. Because despite all of that, like you said, you did get your stuff on BET before. You did have your stuff on major platforms. You did get radio play.
That's right.
And on top of that, you did have a record deal on a major label. Like Atlantic's hot right now. They got a couple acts that's popping right now, so they've been around for a while. At one point in time, you had that experience.
That's right.
So speak on that. Like,
and not to mention, it's all documented, but the Atlantic situation came about. There was an A&R named Gene Nelson.
Yo, what up? It's Gene Nelson, toughest nigga in hip hop. What up? This is I Go In.
You already know.
Talking about my man Kilogram right here, something personal to me. I fucks with him, so he's good.
I was doing business with Gene. Is a good guy. He kind of showed me the ropes about this game and just how. See, a lot of people don't know from the outside. People think that the end-all tell-all is being signed. But when you sign, you got more work to do than you have to do as an underground artist. Because he told me a jewel one day. He said, yo, don't be in a rush to get signed. Because when you sign, guess what you are? You just a number up here, man. If we don't feel like we could put you somewhere, some camp or something that's going to give you your street cred and make it make sense for your album to drop, you going to stay on the show. He said, we don't even, he said, everybody want to be signed, but if you don't have your 1 and your 2 record, a lot of people think it's about your single, but to get signed, they want you to you got to have your first single and your second single. You got to have that ready to go. Because if not, they throw you out there off a hot record and then you end up flopping because you can't come back with the second one. You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, he just gave me some jewels about like, yo, like, don't be in a rush to be signed, man. Just think about, take your time, build your momentum on the underground, make the labels come to you. But in that particular situation, we had a situation where, I bought him a record. I bought him the Jersey record. But when I bought him the record, it was already on 106 and Park. So he was like, listen, I like this. I like your grind. I like what you represent. I'm going to get you a bigger situation. He said, I'm going to get you a recording budget of $850,000. We're gonna put like, $185 in your pocket. You know what I'm saying? I'm from the hood. That sound good. Don't that sound good, show? You know what I mean? $185 in your pocket. The budget is $850 though. You know what I'm saying? So I had $850,000 to be able to reach out to different producers or whatever the case may be to build a project. You know what I mean? So it was a good situation. It lasted about a year, me being with Atlantic. During that time, I did a record with Mano while I was up in the building. I had a write-up in XXL. I had a write-up in Hip Hop Weekly. I traveled. I met DJ Drama. The blessing about being signed or being co-signed was the fact that I could go to New York and go into the building. As soon as I hit New York, the security guards knew my name. I go walk up in the building at Atlantic. They let me right in, tell them I'm in to see Gene. It was all love, man. That whole experience was love. But once I was actually in the building, I seen that it was a lot of pressure. It's a lot of pressure to be a signed artist, man. If you don't produce, man, it don't mean nothing. If you don't got those hit records, it don't mean nothing. You just a nigga on the roster until they feel like they're gonna drop you. You know what I mean? So that's about it. Alright, dope. Yeah, so right now I got a new mixtape hosted by Mr. Hype. Mr. Hype is he like the DJ Khaled of Jersey.
Oh yeah, he definitely be putting on for Jersey for years. Yeah, shout out to Mr. Hype.
All that. So Mr. Hype is hosting this mixtape, just like me and Hype's second joint. Shout out to Mr. Hype. Follow him on Instagram at Mr. Hype 609. But no, this project right here is called Shoot the Middleman. I was kind of making this like my last mixtape. It's just kind of like I tried to take some 90s beats and a little bit of the stuff that's going on, like some of like Uzi Vert beats, Wiz Khalifa, like some of the new stuff I blended with some of the stuff that I love, like a lot of 90s, you know, Mobb Deep beats and stuff like that. And I sprinkled some of my own original records in this project just to give the kids an idea that I could stay trendy, I could stay with the times of what's going on, you know what I mean? But that project, Shoot the Middleman, hosted by Mr. Hype, is on datpiff.com. It's on Live Mixtapes. It's on Hip Hop Since 1987, and it's on Spinrilla as well. You know what I mean? So you know, that's just me. That's just me just doing what I gotta do. You know what I'm saying, for the culture. You know what I mean? Trying to stay trendy, just trying to stay at it, man. You know.
Alright, man. Anything else you want to touch on before we get out of here, man?
Nah, really sure. I appreciate Philly Fame coming out to record your boy. Follow me on Instagram at kilogram3. You know, you can also log on to my website for any merchandise and things like that at www.kilogramnj.com. You know what I mean? And, you know, salute to the whole chain of command, man. We back, man. This how we coming, man. 2018 and beyond, man. Show good looking, Philly Fame TV, Jersey edition, man. Salute.